guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina. I do DIY and decor videos, so thank you for being here. Today we're going to be doing 3 easy DIYs inspired by spring. Finally, it's here, guys. So we're going to be doing some spring inspired candles. 2 methods. First one is painting them. Okay, we're going to paint some cute flowers on here. So we're going to need some acrylic paint, some toothpicks, and some cotton swabs. And there's really, I'm not Picasso, so I'm just gonna start by creating some leaves, and then we're gonna go back with the cotton swab and just kind of dab on some of our petals. And you can use whatever colors you want. I decided to stick with pink and some spring colors, I guess. Okay, the second method we're going to be using is dried flowers, and we're just going to be slapping these on the candles, okay? So yeah, as easy as that. A little brush, I'm just putting on some Mod Podge and sticking them on here. They're pretty easy to stick on here, and honestly, I think I like this method better just because it's more consistent and the design stays more uniform, of course. So let me know what you think. What method would you be willing to try? And I wouldn't recommend lighting these candles anymore, so just keeping them for decorative purposes, because I don't know what happens when you light acrylic paint on fire, and I don't want to find out. So yeah, don't do it, but they're still really cute. Look at these. Okay, for our second DIY, we're going to be doing some stained glass. I kind of sounded like American Dad there for a second. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. So, we're going to be needing some glass paint, and I do recommend you stay with the ones that have this little nozzle on them because they're a lot easier to use. But if you end up getting the other ones, or a mixture of the ones with the nozzles and the ones that don't, you can interchange the nozzles with the other ones because you might just have a bigger range of colors. Okay, we're gonna need an old frame, any size. Like, you can go as big as you want with this. I'm actually thinking about doing another one with a bigger frame because I liked it so much. You'll see. You can judge for yourself, okay? I ended up using my own design, but you can print something out. All I suggest is using something that doesn't have lines that are very close together. I made a mistake on here. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a couple lines that are very close together, and then it gets kind of hard to paint in between those. Okay, the first step and very important one is outlining everything, but it has to be done with this special liquid leading, and you do have to let it dry for 24 hours. Did I wait 24 hours? No, I didn't. I only waited about 4 because I'm impatient and I wanted to get going. So the colors do look a lot more opaque at the beginning, and then as they start drying up, they start getting more translucent. And if you do this, some tips I would like to give you is don't touch the nozzle to the glass because it kind of leaves it looking streaky. And the other one is if you start getting bubbles in your paint, pop them with a toothpick or else they'll just stay there and look kind of bad. Okay, after you're done with the glass paint, do let that dry for about a whole day. Don't rush on that one. So I did want to make this into a hanging frame just in case I want to put it on a window someday. And I'm just adding these little hooks on the top and some chain that I found in Michael's. You can also use some old costume jewelry that you have laying at home, which is what I was gonna do, but I forgot to check if I had any before I left to the store. Okay, after you're done with that, we're gonna assemble everything back together, and this is what it looks like. And I fell in love with the shadow it casts. It's just so beautiful. It's like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Okay, last but not least, we're going to be doing a dried flower bookmark. And if you don't have dried flowers, there's a bunch of things you can use instead. some glitter, stickers, lace, ribbon, pictures, and so on. I think a lace one would be super cute. Okay, we're gonna be needing some laminating paper and cut it to size, like so. Who hates that phrase, like so? I think they overused it. So you gotta make sure to cover most of the laminating paper, still leaving some spots just so it can still adhere to itself, but the more the better. I think it looks a lot cuter. And it's plain and simple. You're just gonna put them in as you wish. I ended up rounding the edges on these, but I think what would look cuter and what I actually wanted to do was cut the edges with some of those scallop scissors. So if you have some, use that. I was gonna buy some, but I didn't wanna waste money on something I'll probably just use once. I'm trying to be not such a consumerist, however you say that word. So here's my attempt at making a tassel just so I can hang it off of the bookmark. Yeah, it didn't go as planned. So you have to put a piece of ribbon on the top, and then well, here, I'll just let you look because I'm really bad at explaining this apparently. Okay, and it ended up really unmovable and stiff and not dangly, kind of like me at parties, you know, tucked away in a corner, not talking to anybody. Whoa, okay, I got off track there, but so I made a little opening on the top in a very rather professional manner with a nail and a hammer, you know. Just kidding. If you have a hole punch, please use the hole punch. Don't be copying my savage ways, please. And I ended up using this button that was just an extra one from a shirt I had bought a while back, and I think it just finishes it up really nice. And through the back I was able to loop the tassel. If you don't have something like this, you could also loop like an old necklace through it, or like an old dangly earring from it. I think that would look cute too. Well, my lovelies, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making it to the end. If you like this type of video, please hit the like button or subscribe. I'll see you on the flippity flip. Oh, and don't forget to tell me which one was your favorite DIY. Okay, for real now. Bye.